Hey there guys, how are you today and welcome to a new video. So recently there's been lots of talk in F1 about new rule changes for F1 2019 and also for the 2021 season. So I thought I'd do just a quick little video here today to explain what's going to be going on. There was an announcement a couple of weeks ago and one only yesterday. So yeah, let's get into it. So we'll start with the one from a couple of weeks ago. This was announced before the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, just after the Chinese Grand Prix. So, as you can see on the article here, you can see it on your screen, they're doing stuff to do with the fuel saving, biometric gloves, and driver weight. So, we're going to start with a confusing one, which is driver weight. Of course, Liberty Media have been pushing all of this through recently in the team meetings and stuff, and this sort of proved at an e-vote yesterday. So that's how we know this is going on. So currently, Tool drivers such as Nico Hülkenberg have been disadvantaged in a way because their weight is part of the car weight currently. But now, from 2019, the driver weight will be considered separate from the car. And now the figure for 2018 is 734 kilograms for driver and car combined. But now it's going to be changing. So, minimum weight of a driver be 80 kilograms, but the team can use a ballast basically to bring them up to minimum weight. So it will be much easier for taller drivers in F1 because their weight won't relate to the weight of the car as much, and it should equalize the grid a lot. But I would say, how much has it really disadvantaged Hülkenberg? He's been doing pretty well. He couldn't do better in the cars he's had in recent seasons. Yes, he could have got a podium. You know, he shouldn't have crashed in Baku and other races. It's gone wrong for him when he's been close to a podium. So I don't know if this is the reason why he's been doing badly, because he's the tallest driver. But you never know. Maybe he'll come to Australia 2019 and he'll dominate the race. You can't tell. So we're going to move on now to fuel allowance. As you know, since 2014 there has been fuel allowance. It's kind of complicated to understand, but essentially it's going to go up, and what this means for us is going to go up by 5 kilograms from 105 kilograms to 110, and it means that drivers will be able to use engine at full power at all times, which is of course what we want to see. We don't want to see fuel saving, although I guess it is a fuel saving is part of strategy, isn't it? Because it means drivers have to know when to fuel save in comparison to what other cars are doing and their tyre strategy, and maybe where they are in the field. But we do want to see them pushing fully. But let's be honest, since 2014 they've developed these engines and the fuel regulations so much. I don't know how important this is. To be honest, I don't know if it's such a big deal anymore. But it's going to be nice to see drivers be able to push the whole time, because that's what we want to see, and that is what drivers have been calling out for. So there's also stuff about new gloves to improve safety. This is obviously fairly simple stuff. They're going to have to wear biometric gloves now, that will transmit potentially life-saving data from the driver to the at-track medical team. So of course this is only an issue if for some bad reason there's a crash, and hopefully, you know, it will save injuries or save lives, but we don't want any crashes so that life's at risk. So it's good they're doing this, but hopefully this will never be a particularly big deal. Now also for 2019 they've pushed forward changes to aerodynamics, which will help promote overtaking. So of course currently drivers are suffering with dirty air, especially the Mercedes drivers. They get to within a second of the car ahead, and yes, they get DRS, but in the corners, particularly fast corners, they're not able to keep up because of dirty air, which is essentially the air being punched by the car ahead. It kind of gets messed up, which means it's harder for the car behind to go as fast. So they're thinking they're going to simplify front wings to have a large span and low outwash potential. I'm not going to understand most of that. I'm not like a aerodynamics student or whatever, so I just have to do my best. A simplified front brake duct with no winglets, and a wider and deeper rear wing. So I'm not gonna say I understand that, but I think it means essentially the cars are gonna look simpler at the front, less of the little winglets and stuff. But what it's meant to be doing is increasing overtaking and increasing downforce for the car running behind another car. And this can only be a good thing. So in 2019 there'll be more overtaking, more safety, a fairer equalization in terms of height and weight and stuff, and and more pushing hard. So we can be really excited about this. But the 2018 season so far, I know we're only a few races in, or 4 races in, has been super exciting. So whether this is really gonna make a huge difference and how much more exciting it can be, I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I want you guys to tell me in the comments what you think of these rule changes, and maybe if anything else needs to be done to improve Formula 1. So I'm now going to go very quickly, going to touch on the 2021 engine regulations. So they're going to stick with a 1.6 litre V6 turbo hybrid engine like we have now, but they are going to change. It's not going to be the MGU-H exhaust energy recovery system, so it is going to change. And team manufacturers such as Honda are going to be pretty pleased with that, as it even says there. Maybe this is Formula 1 mocking Honda a little bit. I don't know, it is a fact. They've been struggling with that, and this hasn't been approved yet, but they're hoping by the end of this month, so by the end of May, this will be approved. And ultimately we want the teams to be able to develop their engines so there isn't any reliability issues come the 2021 season. So yes guys, tell me in the comments what you think about these changes, or if anything else needs to be made in Formula 1. And I'll see you guys very soon.